Um, well, even though it seems to be quite chaotic, and it's because don't let it fool you. It is chaotic, and it's just the nature of the band that everything is kind of there is a lot of spontaneity and improvisation involved, and because that's what essentially is rock and roll. It's a kind of a very compulsive, free-willous self-expression. And you're right. It needs a special method to record this band. So the way it works is through an incredible dedication and commitment of everybody. Because past everything, past all the debauchery that kind of takes around, everybody in the band is absolutely committed to the quality of performance and music, and that's the only way it can work. I mean, at the bottom, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing on everybody's mind, and that's how we keep it together. Everything else is literally secondary. Yeah, if you look into our creative laboratory, basically I write all the songs, and that's kind of outlines the direction of the band. But you know, there is a whole another. The word for it is layered. There is a lot of layers going on, and everybody's personal style and everybody's background is also a huge contributor to what I bring. So that a lot of times songs that I bring in, they take on a different direction. Song that I thought might be kind of a ballad ends up to be, gypsy speed metal, and like in the case of Forces of Victory, and that's pretty much how I like it too, because to be so single-minded and overly directorial in your creative process, something that eventually can bring to stagnation, So I bring in the songs, everybody else contributes to it, and that gives it a kind of a universal sound, something that can go out there in the world and sound Eastern European, but translate to many other people. Well, it's the both elements of both gypsy and punk rock music has influenced our band to a quite obvious degree. It's basically that's what it is, and the description of it is not accidental. It's a description I came up with because before some clueless music critic would jump on it and describe it as I don't know, some inaccurate, ridiculous thing like a klezmer, ska, Russian, bebop. I don't know. So I kind of took that example from Sonic Youth, who were also making a groundbreaking music in the 80s, and they kind of came up with a style that was beyond hardcore and beyond art music, art noise or whatever. And so they came up with their own term, artcore. And that's a clever way to go, because critics are very quick to jump and give you a wrong name. Well, if you put everything on a kind of a scales, put like my songwriting here and everything else here, it will pretty much go like this. There is no comparison really with other efforts. Songwriting is my life, and it's my way of thinking. It's my way of processing information and looking at things. And that is a non-stop work in progress. It's my everything. It's my joy, and it's my and my therapy and everything. And Of course, other things such as DJing or acting or writing are they're connected to things. So all these experiences that I go out, all these experiences that I go out in the world and do, they still contribute back into songwriting. It all goes back into my music, and that's pretty much how I keep it together, you know. And so does music. Actually, is very influential on my acting. I mean, even the way the acting roles came up, they were all basically, I was casted basically through my music, you know. Well, the history of Tarantella always interested me because there is just such a overtone of mysticism and sexuality and art kind of all together, and I was thinking that's like almost more Gogol Bordello than Gogol Bordello is, you know, just that there is the components that make our music. And I also saw it as this, you know, kind of authentic cultural phenomena that allows people to, you know, it's like people themselves come up with these things to release their energy, suppressed energy, you know. And it has a lot to do with also the way, you know, other forms of music appeared, like reggae or punk rock. They're very, you know, they come from particular social and political setting where something is suppressed and something needs to be released, you know. So it's kind of connected in all those ways. And plus Tarantella itself as a beat is so maddening and so infectious that it took me just 1, 2, 3 times to hear it before I got obsessed with it, you know, because I'm a very obsessive man. And that's my main weapon. And pretty soon it kind of leaked into my songwriting, and I started having one after one songs that were based on the rhythm of Tarantella. And you know, as I said, Gogol Bordello is not only about exploring our own roots, it's also getting to know roots of other people and other cultures and internalizing them and, you know, making a whole another spin on things. So, considering our nature of extremizing things, we couldn't just do Taranta, we had to do Super Taranta.